Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the big world. My name is Jade, and this is how to app on iOS. Today we are looking at iFretless bass. Boogie. Howdy dowdy do. If you're watching over there on Facebook, I can't help you. I don't even have a cream to help you there. Maybe go and see a chemist. Maybe they can give you a tonic or something to treat that, because it's like a weird growth I can't fix. But you can always come over here to YouTube where there's no growths or poisonous stuff like that at youtube.com/Jade Starr, or you can jump onto the website at howtoapp.on iOS.com and you can watch the show live in the browser if you do wish. Plus there's also links to, you know, playlists, merchandise, my music, all that kind of crap if you're into that kind of stuff. Yes, indeedy diddly diddly do. You can always jump ahead of the intro of each show if you don't like hearing me rabbit on and say hello to everybody, and get straight to the app by clicking the timestamps in the description or in the pinned comment below. Okay, that's out now. Better out than in, as they say. Let's say hello to the kind warts in the chat. We have Doctor's Orders, and Tom Rochelle, who has read it. Yes, indeed he has. SM Borthwick is here. Russ is here. Ed Zielinski. So effing good to see you. Synth Widow. Hello, Joe. Kiss, 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 kissy, 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 kiss. That was a bit weird, wasn't it? Yep, but that's me. Paying to Get is here also. Hello to you. Doug from the sound test room is here too. If you've come for bum bum songs today, I'm sorry, you're in the wrong place, because the bum bum was yesterday. If you want to hear what the bum bum was, go back and watch yesterday's episode. Okay, alrighty. Where was I? I hate when YouTube does that. You're scrolling through the comments and it just flicks all the way to the bottom, and I can't remember who I said hello to. There we go. Thomas Gillane. Hello, Thomas. Skies Watcher. This time I'm in time. Hello, you are in time. You're not late for the important date. Okie doke. Is there anyone else I've missed if I scroll to the bottom? Stu Cash is here. Hey, guess what, folks? Tomorrow's show, we are in for a treat tomorrow, yeah? Not like as in we to you, or you to me, like, but we, all of us, not just me, we're in for a treat, because we have, I really should do this, go full screen, we have Josephine Desmet on this show. We are interviewing her, and we're going to listen to her music, and we're going to have an awesome time. It's going to be killer fun. Hello, Becky. Welcome to you on Facebook. Good to see you, that you've made it to a show. Kiss, kiss. Gary Hubbs is here also. But yeah, we have Josephine on the show, and she is going to be, well, as you can see by the title of the show, The Dark Beauty of Harsh Reality. It's going to be a really cool show. Really excited about that. And then directly after tomorrow's show, I can give you a scoop. Well, before I jump to that, Josephine is releasing her new single the day after my interview, and hopefully we might get an exclusive on it before it's released. But after tomorrow's show, we have an exclusive, which is really cool, straight after my show over on the Indigo Sunsets YouTube channel. They are dropping a premiere single. Yeah. I'm slapping my thigh with excitement. Ooh, yeah. That hurt. Ow. Danny Broderick, hello to you as well. Right, what else are we doing? So, as you may well know, I'm going away this weekend, so I've been preparing some pre-recorded premieres for you while I'm away, and boy, you're going to like it. I've got some giveaways. I've got I've got some... Just thinking about it. It's going to be really funny. Okay, you poor souls. So I won't be here for 4 days next week, but you'll be getting premieres each morning or afternoon, wherever you are in the world. But I will be in the chat to service you there. So that'll be cool from my hotel room in sunny Adelaide. Hello, Colin Powell. Welcome to you to the chat as well. Good to see you. All right. Let's have a look. Are there any apps on sale? Well, I'm glad you didn't ask because MIDI Strummer AUv3 Plugin down from $7.99 down to $5.99. Get up $5.99. That's about all today. 7x Wave sample sequences down from $4.99 down to $3.99. TalkWorks is still on sale as well, so $7.99 down to $5.99. But everything else is still the same as yesterday, and that's all good. And yes, Calm My Cat is still $9.99 down to $8.99, and I still haven't bought it yet, but that could change. That could change. Let's see. But enough of the surprises. Oh, fuck, did I just say that loud? Hello, Ed B. Welcome to you as well. All right. So everyone's in the house. Everyone's here. And we're all good to go. So what are we looking at today? Let me have a bit of a vape. Oh, that's good stuff. We are going to take a look at some bass. How low can you go? Alrighty. So we have this really cool app here today. Let's bring it up on the App Store. I can tell you a little bit about it before we jump in because I'm going to be looking at quite a few of these. Fretless bass. So we are looking at iFretless bass, which is a really, really cool application. Let me tell you, you're probably going to want it after this because it's really that good. So let's preface this by saying, are you sick of the bass that you find in GarageBand or some of the crappy bass sounds that you find in midis and stuff like that? MIDI. Well, iFretless bass is the all-round solution that it's absolutely amazing sounding. Kind of think like really killer bass sounds with the flexibility and touch controls of something like GeoShred with some added extra bonuses. Fringe benefits. This thing sounds really cool. It's made by Blue Mangoo, and the best part about this is it sounds killer. It's very impressive. It does come at a cost, and a lot of good things do cost money, unfortunately, in life. So I do believe it is $14.99 US, and something around the same price in pounds kind of thing. In Australia, it's a bit more expensive, so if you think that's a lot of money, spare a thought for us Australians who have to pay like $20. $20, you hear me? Oh, nobody cares. Alrighty, so let's open it up and have a look at it and see what it can do to make you groove. Alrighty. So I'm going to open it as a standalone. So it is AUv3, it is inter-app audio, and it is a standalone app. And as you'll see, it's fancy Clancy. Hello, Deep Gravity. Good to see you. Alex Backus, welcome aboard to the chat. Also, good to see you. I don't think I've missed anyone. I try to catch everyone, but sometimes I get a bit lost. Alrighty, so I'm going to open it up here. We'll go full screen for you. There you go, full screen. And this is what you get when you open it up. Looks pretty bland at first, doesn't it? But it's not. Let me tell you that. It's very exciting. Very exciting. Hello, Andy Goldsby. How are you? Good to see you too. What you will notice off the bat when you look at this wonderful app is if you look to the far left and look from the bottom string up. A, E, A, D, G, C, F. That's kind of like a bass. Well, it is like a bass, kind of. So let's just kick off by looking at the strings. So if you notice, the strings have been set up like a piano, right? So the white keys are silver and the black keys that you would find on a piano are black. That really helps, trust me. So it's a touch screen, plus you can plug in your MIDI controller, so you've got plenty of options, and the response to this is fantastic. Let me jump over and show you. Hello, here we are. So I'll bring my Magic Keyboard forward a bit. Now, after this video, if you head over to the sound test room with Doug and check out one of his videos he's done on it, he's got a video where he's got this placed on a cushion. Because of the touch sensitivity of it, it really works well sitting on something like a pillow or a cushion. It's really nice to like tap on play because of the touch sensitivity on the screen. And the other good thing is, if you don't have a device that has 3D touch, this compensates for that. So it's all cool. Now, if you see, I'm just going to touch one of the strings very lightly. And then I'll give it a bit of a harder bang and we'll see how the velocity of just touching a string. So we've got this bottom E down here in the bottom left hand corner. So as you can see, I'm touching that very lightly. I can increase it. So you can see the velocities on it are just absolutely fantastic. And I don't know if you could pick that up. Let's crank it up a little bit louder. When you hold your finger down on it, you even get the sound of the string buzzing. How cool is that? You don't get none of that fancy stuff in G-Band, do you? So yeah, the touch detection is really fantastic in this. So if you have a look, I can hit a chord. So we've got this G string down here. We've got another G up here. And it's so cool. I can run my finger up. Say I do this. So I'm going to run my finger down from this F here down to the G and then add another G. Right, so we're going down from here to here, and then I'll add this. And so listen to what this does. So even if I run my finger down from this top C up here, right up the top, so you can actually really sound like Primus. Imagine that, actually, with having no skills at all. To me, that is absolutely ape shit and off the planet. This thing is really cool. So you can get vibrato. You can do slides. You can do hammer-ons. Yeah. Les Claypool, man. Exactly, Deep Gravity. Les Claypool with one finger. Yes, but can it slap? Thomas Galane, I'm glad you asked, because it motherfucking can. Yeah, it can slap. And the other good thing is, so as you can see, my Arturia Keystep 37 is here. you can connect it to a MIDI keyboard as well. Yeah, pretty good. So you got plenty of options here, and that's a good thing. Options are always a wonderful thing. Plus, it even gets better because you can load it up into GarageBand. And if you've recorded previous bass tracks using not using the smart bass, remember with the smart bass you can't really drag smart bass stuff into things like just a bass MIDI track, unless you do the trick that Pete Johns has shown with converting like the drummer track into MIDI. So I'll post a link in the description after the show to Pete Johns' video on how to convert drummer tracks into MIDI, because you can do the same thing with smart bass into MIDI. But then you can drag any of the bass tracks you may have recorded in something like GarageBand previously, and then you can create a track with iFretless and pull those in and get a much better bass sound. So, are there more bass sounds? Yes, there sure are. Let me have a sip from my coffee and I'm going to show you a little bit more about that, yeah? Here they come, here they come, here they come. Oh man, I love Primus. All right, so how do you access these other sounds? Well, very easily. So you do have down the bottom, yeah, you can barely see it because it's a fantastic outlay on this app. Let me zoom in to the big screen. You may notice down the bottom here, in this bottom right hand corner, there's a little cog for you, and you can hold down on this cog. And what's great about it, if you just bump it, see how it just flashes? So if you're in the middle of playing something and you hit it, it won't just jump over to the actual settings. You actually have to hold down on it for a few seconds before it opens up the settings, so it won't disturb your play. That's a really clever function. Very small little thing, but you know, there's nothing worse than if you're recording and you bump something like that and it opens up the settings and you're like, oh, that was my take, that was my moment, that was my... That's not going to happen on using this app. Hello, Wal, welcome to the chat. Also, Wal, good to see you. So here are the options. Now, you do have a plethora of instruments to choose from. This one we have chosen here is the aggressive fingerstyle, it is called. So I'm going to click on this up the top and look at all these. So you've got 13 presets. Wonderful, 13 wicked bass sounds. So I'm going to choose the acoustic upright bass next, and we'll just close this. You ready? And again, when I touch it lightly, you really get that. So you can really pick up that sound there. So I'm going to open this up again. Now what's really cool here, you do get velocity ranges, yeah? So you get to control the actual sample velocity range. There's a whole lot of features in here that you can really control the amount of, that you can press down, the amount of velocity that you get on it. So just looking quickly here, let's show you. So you've got an equalizer as well, so you can change this equalizer. We'll go full screen, back to full screen, get back to full screen. So here you have an equalizer in here that you can change. You've got like a gain meter there, so you can really change the EQ of each sound, which is fantastic. You've got a reverb here with a room size and reverb amount, so that's really cool to have built in. And as you can see here, you've got a sample velocity range and a volume range. So you can actually take off some of the, so as you can see, there's two knobs on each end, two little sliders. So I can actually move this sample velocity range. So now it's taken away any light touches that I have. So everything's more up in that. I'm just touching it pretty light at the moment. and it's giving me all these really loud plays. Or I can pull this one back and then, and now everything's just got that low velocity. I can bring it right in here, and no matter how hard I bang on it, just to prove it, so it's got that, so you can really control the velocity really well. It's fantastic. So I can take that all the way up, make sure I don't want any low stuff in there. And again, you've got the same thing just above it with your volume range. So I can actually pull this. So again, you can control the volume really, really, intricately. That's, I think it's beautifully well thought out, really well thought out. So I love that feature of it. As I said, you've got reverb amount there. Now, as we scroll down, you have touch sensitivity. So you've got two options for touch sensitivity here. So as you can see here, you've got your on-screen keyboard. So, and that's down here, and you can actually control. I can pull that right down. If I pull it back up. So again, you've got a touch force sensitivity there for when you're really banging down hard on it. So that's fantastic. And then when we go down even further to the MIDI controls, which we have, so you can see I'm touching my keyboard here. The velocity curve down here controls that as well. So if I pull this right down with the velocity curve, compared to pushing it up, scroll back up again. So yeah, they've really put a lot of thought into how much you can control with the velocity to really get that the perfect sound that you want. Yes, I agree. Great, thank you. But here's another cool feature which I really love. So when you're in this little help menu here, as you can see, we start off down here, just down the bottom here. Down here you can see we're on an E string. But while we're in this little setting menu section, I can scroll up and down. I can actually pull this up and down, and I can push up, and now we start at a low B. So we can have the equivalent of pretty much a 7-string bass. 7-string bass. I'm not Davey. What am I saying? 7-string bass. So a 5-string bass. So have that lower B string, or you can pull it up and have like start on a G, and then once you close it, it's locked in. Hold down the settings again, and we can pull right back to have that lower B string in there. And yes, it is AUv3 curve. Pretty good stuff, yeah. All right, so let's go through some of the sounds. Oh, before we do that, so you can even change. You have so much control in here. If you have a look, let's get back to full screen again. So you do have control over the number of frets. So I can go in here and I can change this up to 11 frets. And there you go. So it starts to look a bit more like GeoShred. So you've got a hell of a lot more options there. So that's 11, and you can actually change the number of strings. So you can go crazy up to like 14 strings and have them all on the screen at the same time. I hope you've got small fingers there. I don't think anybody's going to be playing bass like this. Yeah, but that's really cool. So let's go back. What were we? 7 and 8, because that's a really nice number. You can actually you can turn on and off the display note names if you really want to fly blind and go for the fretless feel. You're really confident. Turn off those. Turn them off. There we go. All gone. Look at that. Now you're flying blind, bitch. Now you're flying blind. I don't know if you can put it into GeoShred, but what you can do is use it like GeoShred. But we'll get there. Don't worry, Danny. There's some surprises coming. Very cool surprises. Then you can turn on the letters as well. You can't play it with your foot, Russ, especially me, because as you all know, I don't have feet. So there you go. You've got a tuning system here as well. So you can actually change the tuning system to major thirds, fourths, guitar tuning, tritone, fifths. So you have quite a bit of options here. Go to, let's close it out. So we've got major thirds now. Close that out and do a got to flick between these. So there you go. So if you want to hold different patterns there, so that's really cool. You've got many options there for how you want to do things. I think I had it set on fourths, so that's pretty cool. You can actually change you can transpose MIDI in here as well. You can use an MPE on this as well. I can see my input source is selector Arturia keystep 37. So it's got a MIDI in and out, so that's all built in as well. Pretty standard stuff there. You can actually change the pitch bend in semitones for your, so as you can see here. We've got some pretty crazy bends there. Let's bring that down to, no. So it's set at a pretty crazy amount off the bat. I'm going to just bring it down to like 4. And, you know, you can add your vibrato and stuff. So you can use vibrato and stuff on your MIDI keyboard. So that's really cool. Lots of functionality there. And you can use Bluetooth MIDI devices as well with this. But let's go through some more sounds so you can hear what's going on. Then we'll open up in GarageBand, and then we'll open it up in AUv, and I'll show you something really cool with it. So we are on the acoustic upright bass at the moment. We had the aggressive fingerstyle to kick off, and this next one is an aggressive fretless. So there's another sound there. We will jump over, and as you can see, when you click on, you can actually change up the instruments as well through here. So you've got a pick bass, so all of those can be changed in here. But these are your presets. So this is an aggressive pick bass, and you can hear definitely straight away the tone difference. Wow. So as you can see, we've got the B still set there. What else do we have? Let's go through the rest of these instruments. We've got a chameleon. Let's hear what this is all about. Yeah, good shit. Good shit. So we've got a clean pick bass as well. It's like a DI kind of sound, really crisp. Hear it on the keyboard. I love those ringing out strings. I love that it's not on every string too. Really, really cool. What else do we have? I should just keep this screen open. So we've got an electric upright bass. Got an FM synth. And check this out. Yeah, that one's really got that nasty growl to it. Still talking about Karen in the chat there. Karen's not here. She's gone home. She's not here. She's got the day off. So you even got a saw wave built in. Let's do have. I know you're all waiting for some slap. Everybody's waiting for some slap. Yeah. So you can see with the pressure that I put on it too, when I just touch it lightly, we're just getting that pretty low sound. But if I increase my hitting, things are popping when you. So if you're going to do some slap, and I can change this up here. But let's go back into the velocity, and we'll bring this up a bit. So you can go in and change the velocity if you want to make sure that it's always every hit that got that slap going on. Good times, good times. I'm just going to bring down, where are we? The volume a little bit in here. Let's do that. So that's just a light slap too. We haven't even really got to, that's a mid scoop slap. So you also have a muted pick bass. So nice muted sound. What else do we have? Let's get down. I think there's a few more crazy slaps in here. So we've got a snarling growl, a synth growl. So I really love that they've added some synth stuff in here, and not just all of your bass stuff. So we've got a standard slap. Let's get out of here. And it all depends on that first hit. So if I hit this B here hard, and wherever I move my finger, it maintains that pressure. Yeah, so that's pretty cool. What else have we got here? We'll go through the last sound. So we've got a studio jazz bass in here as well. And what else? We got a sweet fretless. Great for playing chords. Man, some beautiful bass sounds in here. Got a vintage jazz growl. Just love that pressure. So, and last of all, we have a Wonder bass related to Wonder Boy. There you go. So there are all the sounds that are built into it. So you've got a plethora of stuff. Plus, you can manipulate this so you can change your sounds with the equalizer. So plenty of options there. What do you guys think? I think it's pretty incredible. But wait, there's more. We'll go back to standard slap because Doug requested a bit of slap and tickle. So there you go. There it is in a standalone. So what else can you do with it? You can open it up in GarageBand, in G-Band, I'm going to call it from now on, because I'm sick of the garage. Blech. So let's open it up in G-Band. G-Band. Makes it sound like a sex toy. Oggy doggy. Cool. So here is GarageBand. We'll open up a new project. Let's kick off just by adding an auto drummer. Is this auto drummer? I can't remember. There we go. Let's just go with Kyle because Kyle's boring and lots of people don't use him anymore because he's I don't know, he's been used to death. He's used and abused. He's like an old condom laying in the laneway. Discarded. What? There we go. There he is. So all you need to do to add a iFretless into GarageBand, G-Band, is to head over to the external and hit audio unit. Isn't that interesting? So GarageBand has decided that I have no plugins. Isn't that lovely of GarageBand to just do that for me? What a kind thing to do. Apparently, I have no audio unit extensions installed. Man, I love iOS. It's a brilliant thing sometimes. Does that mean I have to reboot my iPad? Man, that's going to suck if that's the case. Oh, fuck. Unbelievable. Yeah, look at that. All right, so I'm just going to have to do it because I can't show anything if I don't have any plugins. So let's do it. Yep, live on the chat. We are going to have to do a reboot. So let's hold down the... there we go. Let's shut things down. I'll probably... Whoa, what happened? There we go. We've got the green screen of death. Look at that. Man, what a joke. So I'm currently restarting. There we go. So I don't think I've ever had to do this before on a live stream, that I've had to restart the iPad, because apparently the thousands of apps that well, not thousands, but hundreds of apps, maybe 1,000, who knows? Because I do have a pretty big size iPad. Let's see if it all comes back. So now I might just have to go and... Where are we? Let's see if it's... My iPad's reloaded. Now let's see if I can bring it back up on the screen. HDMI, deactivate, reactivate. And it's not going to come back. There you go. So that's fun. That's good. Good times. We shall try again and see if I can get it to load back up. Oh, man. Good job, Apple. Well done. HDMI. Deactivate. Activate. Let's try. Oh, boom. There we go. That sounded really healthy. Let's see if we can get it to come back up on my screen. There we go. We're back. Good stuff. All happening. Now, within OBS, you have to hit deactivate and reactivate to bring it back up. So now we have GarageBand. Let's see if... Pete Johns writes, I knew I was forgetting something. I hope you're not like that when I come to Adelaide. Sorry, were you in Adelaide for 4 days? I forgot. I knew there's something I forgot. Oh dear. Let's see if my device has decided to allow me to install. Look at that, we've got audio unit extensions. They're back. There you go, folks. So you just got to see some troubleshooting live. If your apps disappear, just do a restart. They'll come back. So now we have this drum track in here, and now we have iFretless bass. So it's as easy as that. And you get to be able to do this. So if you click the little arrows down here, we'll go full screen for you. You can go full screen with your... And you've got all the options, like using it as a full standalone app. So you can get into the settings here, and you've got a full screen to play along. If we hit play, let's hit record. Now, I'm not playing anything fancy today because I can't really be bothered. I'm just showing you off this app. So I'm going to just hit record here, and we'll just load something in just so you can see. You can record it in MIDI, so it's all able to mess with later on. Bang. So nice and easy to play along, and as soon as you open it up, you do have the option to edit all your MIDI. So there you are, there's all the MIDI. And the beautiful thing is too, with this, once you've recorded, if you're not happy with the actual instrument that you chose, you can just go back in here, and on the fly while you're playing, you can change between your bass sounds. good is that bass sound? I'm so blown away by this app. So yeah, if you're definitely sick to death of the crappy bass sounds that you get in a GarageBand, so you know, sure, they're good enough for free and all that kind of stuff. But if you really want to pick up your bass sounding game, this is the app for you, and nice and easy to use. You're able to manipulate that stuff. As I said earlier, if you've got already a bass track that has been recorded in here, let's close this. And remember, you can use the keyboard in here. Plus, this is really cool. So I'm just going to move this keyboard down. If you turn on facial recognition, right? You see down here, a lot of people don't realize this about GarageBand. See this little face button down here? Now, if you watch it, when I talk, hello. Wow. You can use that for wah pedals. You can use it on synthesizers. You can use it on most instruments to control sound. So you'll see when I hold down a bass note and wiggle my mouth, I'll get vibrato. You hear that? Wow. So it's a really cool feature that is in GarageBand. You can, as I said, you can use it on wah pedals. The wah that's built into the guitar in here in GarageBand. You can use it on synths to get vibrato and stuff like that. And look at it, looking at you continuously with its mouth moving. So you've got to have a compatible phone that can do those. I think it's emojis. I don't know. Yeah. So as long as you've got a modern phone that can do that, anything past whatever. I think I can do them on. Is it 8s and up? Who knows? Maybe it's 10s and up. Who knows? But yeah, most. No. It's been a feature since I think the iPhone 10, the iPhone X. So since they put the notch in, pretty much. So any iPads since then. You can do that. So it needs the Face ID. Yeah. Wow. Look at it. Continuously wow, moving around. So, yeah. There you go. So let's jump out of here. And the last thing I want to show you, this is really cool. You're going to love this. So we will close that out. Let's just shut everything down in the background so we have no problems. Famous last words. I'm going to open AUM now. And we are going to open up a audio track, and I'm going to open up a MIDI track in AUM. And in the MIDI track, I am going to go to audio unit extensions, pull down, and we're going to look for iFretless bass. So now iFretless bass is running in the MIDI channel, and in here I am going to choose whatever the fuck I like. So let's just, for a start, try iSymphonic. There we go. So now I've added iSymphonic into this first track, and I'm going to hit the little hamburger, the little lines here on the side, and I'm going to choose to control iSymphonic with iFretless bass. So now let's go into iSymphonic and choose a decent sound than the auto sound you get here. So let's just go in and find maybe a Baroque ensemble or an orchestra. There we go. So we've got a Baroque orchestra. Now remember, you can do this with virtually any synthesizer app, anything you can think of. Most of them I think it works with. So now when I open iFretless and we make it a little bit bigger to see what's going on. Ooh. Let's show you my camera here. Which means also I can, if I want to add a keyboard, I can do that as well. But look at this, you've got basically so as I said, you can add anything in here. I can get rid of our symphonic. Let's just throw in something else random that's at the top here. Like, I don't know, what do we got? So, I don't know, digitalism. Let's just throw that in here. So any synth. So we'll just, I don't know, we'll grab a choir. So let's just grab this string choir here. And once again, into the options here, pick iFretless, open it up. And you can see that pressure. And you can change the pressure sensitive stuff. So if we get rid of that again, what else can we throw in here? So you've got a whole lot of really good options to use a synth if you want to use, I don't know, what am I looking for? Anything that pops up. Something. So I guess mood units. Let's throw that in here as well. Again, select iFretless. Jump into mood units and we'll just select something from this clean. And so now we're controlling so you can control any of your synths in AUM using iFretless as the controller. Isn't that damn cool? Who would have thunk that, yeah? I love it. And again, you've got all these options down here within iFretless to change the sensitivity and the touch force and all of that. So, I mean, if you're not used to playing a keyboard and you struggle with, you know, black and white keys, this is a really cool thing. So it's a little bit like GeoShred in a way with the, I wouldn't call it a poor man's GeoShred because it's pretty powerful, man. I know that's kind of shitting on it a bit, Bubba. I think these iFretless instruments are absolutely fantastic. Blue Mangoo have just done a really great job on them, and I'm going to be looking at a whole bunch more of them over this week coming because there's iFretless brass, iFretless sax. Is it? I can't remember. Whoa. Let's close this out. So that's pretty much the end of the show. But what are we? So we've got iFretless bass, iFretless sax, iFretless brass, and iFretless guitar. So there's 4 of them. Now I do know that the guitar hasn't been updated along with the brass and the sax and bass. So it's got the older screen, the older UI. But that's, from what I've been told, is getting an update soon. So that's pretty exciting stuff. But over this week coming up, we're going to have a look at the sax and brass, because what's cool about those is you can actually have multiple instruments. So you can have, like, you can set up a full choir in there, a full brass section. So you can have, you know, all, and you can spread them out across keys, and it's really, really cool. Yeah. So that is that today. What do you think? You think it's cool? I think it's really cool. So that's all that counts for me. But I hope that it has been informative for you. So again, $14.99 US, I do believe. I think it's worth the money completely if you're struggling with getting a good bass sound and you don't have a bass, man. Plus, you get a controller to control all those fantastic other synth apps that you have. Can be used in GarageBand, can be used in any DAW you like. Yeah, pretty damn cool. So that will be the show for today. Thank you all for joining me here in the live chat. I hope you all have a wonderful day. I have to go ahead today and pre-record the rest of my shows because I'm going away this weekend. Tomorrow, as I said, we have an interview with Josephine de Smet at the same time as usual. So come and join me for that. It's going to be a really interesting interview. She is super talented. If you haven't heard her before, I don't know, think Billie Eilish crossed with Björk. Man, she's really unique, really talented, and an emerging artist that I think is just going to blow people's minds. So yeah, I can hear it in the distance. All right, Mum, I'm coming. It's the music, and I have to go. Thanks, everybody, for hanging out. I hope you'll have a fantastic day. Keep doing the things that make you happy. Keep making mistakes because they make you better. And thank you, as always, for supporting me. Thank you so much. I wouldn't be doing this if it wasn't for you. You guys rock. We all rise together. Bye!